Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. Ah, it's gonna be a topic today. Some people are gonna agree, some people are gonna disagree. But we gotta keep it real. Do your kids come before your man or your husband? Do you got a problem getting a man because your kids is disrespectful? Because your kids don't know how to respect the adult? Call in. Talk to me. It's your boy DZ, man. I want to hear about it. You hear me? I want to hear all about it, man. Because we need to tap in. We need to tap in and talk about this. Because how do you expect your man to put you first if you put him second? Now let's be real. If you put your man second, how do you expect him to put you first? You got kids, okay. You want to be loved, okay. You want to be put first, okay. But you want the person that you want to put you first, you want to put them second. Come on, let's talk about it though. Realistically now. Let's be real with this. Because any man that's a provider and wants to be there for you, he wants to be put first. Let's be honest. And women think you're going to get a good result by telling a man, my kids come first. Yes, be there for your kids. Your kids need them, need you, do what you got to do. You're a mother. But by you telling your man, my kids come first, how do you expect him to pour into you? What type of energy do you think that sends through to the man to want to send that energy back to you? Yeah, your kids is important to you. We understand that. But we want to be put first because we're the providers. We're the caretaker. We are the backbone. Understanding that the way you make a man feel is how he's going to treat you. If you make a man feel like he's not as important to you, why would he make you feel like you are top priority? Understanding the balance. It has to be a certain kind of balance there. And women think that certain men that don't require the treatment that a man should get are the men that they should show attention to. Those are the men that you should be putting your focus in because he's not making sure that I'm putting him as number one priority, but he's involved. Maybe something to work here. You got to put your man first. You got to understand he wants to know that, baby, you value me. You understand what I bring to the table. Not that I'm just here because I'm here. And we got to be real, right? A woman can offer a lot, and she can offer a lot of trouble too. So if you don't have that balance, you the type of woman that is always agitated, upset, and you're always coming across strong and maybe a little disrespectful, you're not going to get the man that you want to pour into you, as in putting you first. You're causing a lot of turbulence in the relationship. A man is going to want to focus on you only if you're showing him that you're focused on him. You got to create a certain balance in the relationship, even though you have kids. And the balance has to be, kids, this is the man of the house. You are the children. And you have some kids that'll get upset at the parents, right? Because they feel that the parent is showing attention more to the man. You got to understand that it's a different relationship with the man and the woman that are sexually active. Those are different feelings. The kids are your kids. They're there. They came out of you. You want to guide them and nurture them. But your man needs to know that he's number one. You have to put that balance there. If you put your man second, he's going to put you second. There's no way you can expect him to put you first. We got to be real here, man. Let's be real. Let's be real here. You expect the man to pour into you, but you don't want to pour into him. That's somewhat selfish. And there's a lot of men that are willing to take you and your kids in, but they still want to be treated as if they're first. You expect the man to go out here and go to work every day and work hard and put his work in. Come home, bring the money to you, pay the bills, and you tell him you're second. That's very disrespectful. And some women think that that's how it's supposed to go and don't understand why they have a problem getting the guy they want. You got to understand the guy you want requires a different attention. You hear me? The guy you want requires different attention. You can't come with that same old story. A man's going to respect me for who I am and my kids came first. So what is his involvement there? Why does he need to be there? You expect a man to be there just to please you? Come on now. Let's be real. You expect a man to be there just to please you and for him to not to be pleased? You got to understand a man wants to be loved and cared at the same time. He might act hard, of course. That's a man. But at the same time, he want to see that my woman put me first. It's some women that'll put their kids first, their friends first, and say these people came before you. But you want to establish a lifelong history with this person. Your kids got to understand they got to have some respect. Women will have kids that are very disrespectful and expect a man to be able to focus and pay attention to them when your kids is out of line. They say anything out their mouth. The house has no balance. And we're going to keep it a beam with that. You hear me? We're going to keep it a beam, man. If your kids is disrespectful and they don't know how to respect an adult, how do you expect a man to want to stay in that household? How do you expect a man to want to entertain you? It's some relationships where the man comes home every day and the kids is disrespecting him. And the woman ain't saying nothing. She feels the kids are protecting her. And you wonder why you can't find the guy you want. Let's be real now. Let's be honest. What man is going to put himself in a situation like he can't find another woman and her kids is disrespecting him, talking to him any type of way? It's a lot of women that don't know how to tell them kids, stay in your place. How you expect to find a man that's for you, that you want, that you desire, and your kids don't know how to respect anything, you or anything around you? Pay attention now. Real rap. Your kids got to understand to respect adults. It's not too many men that are going to want to be in a relationship with you and you got multiple kids and they all disrespectful. It's like we start having kids at a young age because it's the norm. It's expected. Everybody's excited. But you're only putting yourself in a struggle. Then you're looking for a guy to love you as you come, and you got other people to deal with. And we're just saying it like it's acceptable because it's going on every day. We just got to accept it. This is how it's going on, and mothers are having kids, so yeah. No, every guy doesn't want to deal with that. Every guy doesn't want to put themselves in a situation where I got to deal with the baby dad, I got to deal with the disrespectful kid, then I have to deal with you telling me your kids come first. Whenever my baby dad call, I'm going to speak to him because he's calling about the kids, and you know what I'm saying? Not every man wants to deal with that. And when you try to tell a woman that, she makes an excuse to say why a man should deal with that. That's not every man's desire. It's not every man's desire to wake up and have to come out and see your kids and they talking slick. You can't get it under control because they talking slick to you too. You got to look at where it's starting at. This is where it's starting at. It's starting that you have these kids that are not in line. Your life is not in order, but you want a man to come into your life to balance it. And then you want to tell him he comes second to your kids. Let's be real. Let's keep it a beam, man. Your options are going to be limited. How many men do you think really want to do that? Especially guys that go to work every day. They have their own responsibilities. Now you want me to start a relationship and the things is disrespect going on over there. I got to go over here and deal with your kids. You telling me I don't feel like doing this today. Come on. If you prioritize your guy, you're going to get a better results out of him. If you don't prioritize him, what you think he's going to do? He's not going to pay attention to you. And we're going to keep it real right here. Men expect certain things out of a woman. Even if you got kids, there's guys that'll still be interested in you. But the norm of how a woman wants to act with kids because of past experiences that she's had with other men is limiting you from finding what you want. Yes, you can get a man to sleep with you. That's not hard. We're going to be real. You can get a man that is willing to lay down with you. But to get a provider, someone that's going to be there for you, he expects certain things. And when you grasp that in the brain, you'll get better results. But if you keep being delusional and naive, you're going to continue to get the same results. Men are moving in a certain fashion, a certain way. There's a group that's going to play, and there's a group that's serious. You're going to run into all these groups, right? Both of these groups, you're going to run into them over and over again. But you got to know how to adapt to that man. It's guys that are willing to accept you having 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. But they want to be put first. They don't want to be told they come first and you come second. When he going out to work, after work, he's putting his energy into coming back to you. But when he gets to you, you're telling him, hold on, I got to deal with the kids. Listen, that plays a mental part on the man. You can say what you want because you have the kids. You can say, oh, these are my kids and this is how. But what do you think his mental's doing? Women think because they have kids, a man should have to adapt to how they want to go. And it doesn't always go like that. It got to be balanced there. Both people got to know how to come together and create the balance. Men are looking for a certain thing, man. They want women to appreciate them. And you know what I'm seeing though now? It's being talked about in a negative way when each party, as in the man and the woman, if the man does something for his woman nice, he's being clowned about. And this is the difference but from being a simp. It's doing something nice. He's being clowned about, right? And if a woman does something nice, she's being clowned about. Girl, you letting him take advantage of you. So, on both ends, it's hard to find a balance unless both people eliminate everybody else and they're able to find the balance. When you got multiple people giving you ideas and encouragement, it messes up your judgment. And we're going to be real. You got multiple people trying to encourage you and tell you how you should handle your relationship. It really messes up your judgment because you don't really know how to go at it. Some signs are making you look at it a certain way. It's clouding your judgment. Instead of, you have to focus on you and that partner so that y'all can understand and find that balance. It can be a lot of turbulence in there listening to other people. We're going to keep it a beam, man. It's deep. It gets deep, man. But men require certain things from you, women. They require certain things from you. And you really got to know how to adapt to the person that you're with. That's most important. Don't put yourself in a situation with a man that doesn't know how to provide, because then you're going to be trying to build a bear. So those dudes right there, they're going to just play with the situation any way they can. And you got to be honest with that. Those dudes, they're going to play with the situation any way they can. I'm talking about guys that are willing to provide for you, knowing that if the lights are ready to get cut off, they're going to make sure that the lights don't get cut off. I'm talking about those type of guys. They require a certain type of woman, and we got to be real. You can't tell those type of guys, my kids come first. They're not going to accept you. Yes, they will sleep with you. Yes, they will play mental games with you. That's the male species. Women play mental games. But if you're trying to be serious and you're looking for a serious situation, you got to know that person. Every guy isn't qualified for the position for you. Every guy doesn't meet your criteria. You can't try to meet this guy and form him into your criteria. You hear me? That's important. Men have certain standards. There's plenty of guys that are willing to accept you and your kids. But they want to be treated as if they're first. They want to be put first. They don't want to be put second. They don't want to hear, I come second. You might as well be by yourself if that's your angle. You're not looking for a man. You're looking for somebody to deal with you when you want to deal with them. We got to be real with that. It's a lot of women that's out here looking for relationships, but they only want to deal with the man when they want to deal with him, but want to be put first. You got your baggage over there. You want to deal with the man when you want to deal with him, but you want to be put first. How do you expect the man to get into you? The man you want. And then you go and say, all men are the same. You come in with that same game expecting grade A results. That'll never work. I've never seen it work. You might see some women splurge for a second, but it's all going to fall apart because that type of man requires a certain standard. And I'm going to tell you honestly, we got to be honest with this. Those guys will play that game for a second, but it runs out to them. They're not excited with it no more because they understand that this is fugazi. You got to pay attention to that. Those type of men require a certain criteria. You got to know how to play your role with that type of man. You can't meet a man that doesn't have his self together and expect him to play the role you want to play. Yeah, he's going to entertain your kids. He's going to because he has nothing else to do. You hear me? You wonder why he's so good with the kids, but he doesn't fit the other areas. Pay attention now. Just pay attention. You wonder why he's so good with handling your kids, but he doesn't know how to pay the bills. He doesn't know how to help you. But he can deal with your kids though. You got to pay attention, man. What type of guy are you looking for? You can't say you're looking for this type of guy, but this is the guy you always pick up. Let's be real with that, man. Let's be real with that.
Yeah.
Every guy doesn't want to deal with your baggage with your kids, man. And women don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that. I don't want to have to come over there and deal with someone else's personality that might be upset for something you did to them earlier. And you telling me I come second. When women get that out of their head, they'll advance a lot further. We got to be real with that. When they get that out of their head, they'll advance further. The guy you want requires a certain attention. Your kid being disrespectful is not going to get you the guy that you want. You understand? Disrespectful kids bring problems. The guy you want doesn't want no problems. Pay attention now. You got kids, you argumentative. The guy you want doesn't want that. Sometimes, right, you need to work on yourself before you get in another situation. We're going to keep it a bean now. Let's keep it a bean. Sometimes you need to work on yourself instead of trying to find somebody to fix you. It's a lot of women that are looking for men to fix them. They want men to know how to fix them because they've been damaged. What about taking that time to fix yourself before you put somebody else in your world? What happened to that? I guess that ain't the norm. What about fixing yourself before you put somebody into your world? That makes a lot of sense. Fix yourself before you want to bring somebody into your world, man. So you'll understand how to make sure you put your man first. So you'll understand how to let the kids know this is the man of the house. It's people that got kids with women and they're in the house and the woman will say the kids come first. I don't understand how a man could adapt to that. I come first. If I'm the one going out putting this work for us to survive, I come first. You need to understand that. The structure isn't in the house no more. The balance. And then a woman will say, well, my kid is out of control. You want me to fix this? And you want me to put you first and I come second? Come on, man. Pay attention, man. I want you to pay attention, man. The game is crazy. This is why you can't find what you're looking for. You looking for a certain type of guy and he requires a certain type of attention. Do you know how to meet it? Come on, man. You got to know how to meet that attention. Not telling him you come second and then showing them. You can have it in your brain, okay, your kids come first. That could be your mentality. But you still want to show the man that you want him to be there for you first. You want to show him that you here for them first. That's crazy. How does that only go one way in a woman's mind, but the expectation is for the man to be there? That can't be that way. We got to be real with that, man. Y'all can leave a comment, call in, let me know, man. We got to keep this real, man. How you going to tell your man that your kids come first and expect him to put you first? Let's be real, man. We got to keep it a bean. Men handle you accordingly. I'm going to tell you that. Men handle you accordingly. Men want to get in your pants, yes. So they got to deal with you accordingly to get there. This is why I always tell you, you don't know somebody until after you slept with them. You can play a game until you sleep with them, but that mental game goes away after you sleep with them. Do I really like this person? Does this person annoy me? Your true feelings are going to show, man. And if the balance is off with your kids, how you going to be off with the balance with your kids, plus emotionally unstable, communication off track, but you want a certain type of man? That man requires a certain type of attention. We got to be real, man. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean, man. You can call in, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this. Because those men require a certain attention, man. They expect you to be a certain way. And it's not that you got kids and you just can't find the man you're looking for, because you can, but they expect you to be a certain way. And when you got kids, you really have to tweak it a certain way. You're dealing with multiple personalities. You hear me? And your beauty's only going to get you but so far. That's what you got to understand. You looking good, being beautiful is an extra plus, but it's only going to get you but so far. You hear me? You got these kids and y'all keep allowing yourself to have these kids and you saying that it's a blessing, right? It might be a blessing for you because you needed that balance in your life, but in all actuality, you getting a big responsibility really isn't a blessing. We got to be honest. How is that a blessing? Because you still can be a good person and enjoy life without kids. So how is it a blessing to get a big responsibility that you really might not want? Because it's stopping you from doing the other things you want to do. It's stopping you from getting that so-called relationship you want. We got to be real. The kids got to have some balance and understanding when you come into a situation. If they don't, you expect the man to say, I'm all right with this? Why? Because you got that box? Let's be real now. Let's be real. You expect the man to be all right with this because you got that box? Not at all. Every man is not happy to be with a woman that have disrespectful kids. You got to understand that. Guys is paying attention to that. Your kid's disrespectful. You think you want to come home from work dealing with the outside world and then you saying your kids come first and they being disrespectful? Come on, man. We got to be real. And that's what's going on. And this right here, right? This is the problem. We gonna be real. When you Google, right? So I Googled, should a woman tell a man that her kid comes first in a relationship? Right? You know what Google says? Google says yes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They confuse us all the time, man. Google says, yes, a woman should tell a man that her kids come first in a relationship, but it's crucial to communicate this in a way that emphasizes the importance of a balanced partnership and not as a demand that could possibly potentially create resentment. It's best to openly discuss priorities and expectations early on in a relationship to ensure compatibility. Now, all right, I understand what they were saying towards the end. We're having that balance and discuss things, but I don't think she should say that though. Because when you speak things in the tongue, that's how you're going to react. You're going to show that. You think a man wants to feel that way? All honesty. You think a man wants to say, baby, you come first and I come second? Nah, this is a partnership. We at this together. Let's be real. Let's see what it say here. It say set clear boundaries. Letting a partner know that your children will always be a priority helps them understand your family dynamic and avoid potential conflicts later on. Nah, your kids can come first and they can be first and you can show them, but you just trying to let it be clear. It's just trying to enforce something to be known. And usually, we're going to be honest, a woman will say that in a time when it's beef. Let's be honest now. A woman will say those type of things in a time of beef. My kids come first. Let's be real. We got to be honest now.
Yeah.
Hey. Bro, let me see here. Why is it important to be upfront? Prevents misunderstandings. Open communication can prevent situations where a partner might feel neglected or like they are not important enough. Yeah, no man wants to feel like he's neglected. No man feels like he's just there for you when you need him. We got to be honest, man. It says, what does it say here? How to communicate effectively. State clearly that your children are top priority, but also express your commitment in maintaining a healthy relationship with your partner. Focus on balance. Explain that while your kids come first, you will always make time for your partner and prioritize their needs. Emphasize the we. Talk about how you can work together as a team to navigate family life and ensure everyone feels supported. Okay, you know, the Google try to give you some positive outlooks on it. And I understand that, right? And that's good. But a woman still should put her man first. I'm going to just keep it a beam with that, man. We're going to keep that one 100, man. No cap. Google could tell me what they want to tell me, right? But I know how a man feels because I'm a man. I understand. He wants to be put first. Prioritize, you hear me? You got to prioritize, man. And some of y'all shouldn't be looking for a relationship until your kids grow up, man. You can't balance dealing with your kids and a relationship. Let's be real. You can't balance dealing with your kids in a relationship because your kids need attention. They need extra attention. They don't want nobody else to have your attention, but you want other people to have your attention. Don't you think that's going to create a certain type of friction in a relationship? Let's be honest now. We got to be honest, man. For real. It's going to create a certain type of friction, man. You also got to be patient, though, man. You got to be patient. There's a lot of women that want to have that relationship overnight, and it needs to happen every day they wake up. You understand that you're only going to get what you can by being that way. I really think people that have good communication, you don't find those type of people when you're looking for them. And this is my thought. You know what I'm saying? It could be true. It could be not true. But I really think you don't find that person that has that little balance for you in any way when you're looking for it. It just pops up. And those relationships might not last, being honest, but you don't find it looking for it. If you wake up every day with that mission saying, I need this partner to be here and I need that and I want this and I'm looking for that, I really think you're not going to find that balance. Because then you'll have everybody that sees you're looking for that attention coming at that angle. And We got to be real with that, man. We got to be honest. Women should pay attention, man. Guys are preying on you in that note. When they see you off balance, that's the angle to hit. Those guys will tell you they love your kids and they want to do everything with your kids. You hear me? Pay attention. The guys you want require you to change what you offer, man. We just got to be serious. The guy you want requires you to change what you offer. And that's important. If you change what you offer, you're going to get a different guy. And offering that same, I'm hurt, what I've been through, you need to fix me, you only going to get that type of guy. It's guys that don't have no problem with fixing you, right? But they don't want that presentation. Let's be honest with that. You hear me? It's guys that really want to be there for you. They really will have your back. But they don't want the presentation of, oh, I've been hurt, I'm going through it, and nobody cared for me. All right, that happened in the past. Get through it and keep moving. Show that you picked yourself up and you made it through. Let's see. They want to see that. We got to be honest, man. Let's be honest. And when women start recognizing that, they're going to get a better result. Trust me. It's your boy DZ though, man. I'm keeping it a beam, man. You hear me? All way. And this is what we going to be doing. Doing the live call-ins. Going live. Dropping videos. The channel's growing. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers. We appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel. Anybody that watches. Anybody hit the like button. Appreciate it if you share the video. And we working on this live call-in. We definitely going to keep putting that work in. One day at a time. It's your boy DZ, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.